of Zoom and pre-Shabbos Kabbalat Shabbat. So this week's Parsha is Parshat Truma, and it's also Parshat Zachor. So I tried to blend the two ideas. I got many of my ideas from Yitzi Horowitz on the Chabad.com. And in Truma, Hashem commands Moshe to accept the donations that the Jewish people would bring to the Mishkan or the tabernacle, and Hashem listed, some say 13, 15 different types of physical things that they could bring to the Mishkan. And it said, and this is the offering that you shall take to them: gold, silver, and copper. And then it mentions many other things. V'zod hatruma asher tikhu mi'atam zahav v'kesef v'machoshet. So a lot of beautiful physical things that were brought. And they should make me a mikdash, and I will dwell there. And this is a guarantee that if they build it, Hashem will come and he will dwell in the Mishkan. Hashem is bound to time and space. He is not bound to time and space. So why is it here that we're making a mikdash, a physical presence that's full of measurements, very exacting measurements? This refers to the temple that stood in Yerushalayim on the Temple Mount, which is stationary, but also there was the Mishkan that traveled with the people. We know that Hashem is everywhere. And for Hashem, why did Hashem command us to make a particular place for his soul to rest, for his being, for his presence to rest, let's say? It's true that Hashem is everywhere, but there's definitely very much about him that is hidden. And the main service in the Mishkan and the temple, physically and even spiritually, were the offerings of the sacrifice. And the physical sacrifice were the animals, and they were offered at the altar, but the spiritual sacrifices were in the form of prayer. So we can understand why physical sacrifices had to be brought to the physical temple, but prayer is a spiritual thing. And how did that connect to this physical place? And it's important that we bring ourselves close to Hashem through prayer. So that prayer is very important, because that's the connection that brings it into our body. The meaning of korban, which translates to sacrifice, has the word of karov in it, which means close. So we're bringing sacrifices, different kinds, the physical and the spiritual, and we're bringing that to be closer to Hashem, to bring that into us. And of course, Hashem is above any limitations and has no limitations, and therefore he can bring both the infinite and the finite together, both the physical and the spiritual together. And in other words, where is the essence of Hashem revealed? It's where the infinite and the finite come together, which is in the Mishkan or in the temple. And in the Mishkan, we know that we were elevating ourselves and our souls, and we are coming to worship Hashem. But in the temple, it was even at a higher level. They should make for me a mikdash, a temple, and I will dwell within them. So it's a mikdash ma'at, they call that, and it's a little temple, and that is in every one of us. We have the potential to bring Hashem into us, into our practices, and into our lives. And we are making ourselves different than many other nations around us. And those differences can maybe that's some of the things that cause the conflict, why people are like, we don't know really, why are people against our nation? And that's Parshat Zachor, that we have to remember in every generation, there is somebody that is out to get us, that is actually out to destroy us. Like it says, Shebachol dor v'dor, in every generation, Omdim aleinu lachalotenu, they are out to annihilate us. But sometimes, so that's the outside forces. So we want to be really good examples for the world. We want to bring God into us so that we are these wonderful examples. But we also know that sometimes even within us, we have evil that lives within us. And by bringing Hashem, by working towards that, we are making goodness in us, and we are bringing God into us. And this idea helps us to have this positive force that comes from within us. And we we can find struggles within ourselves, but we need to take ourselves away from the focus, the self-focus, to bring us to a bigger picture, to help us understand that if we treat ourselves well and we treat our spouses well through that education of bringing Hashem into us, then we are being really good examples for all of those that surround us and for our children. And so beautiful children will grow and will develop if we all have that temple within us. We have that that specialness within us that we have to work towards regularly. And now Ari will also help us work towards that effort with our davening tonight. Ari?
Okay, you can see me now, okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yedid nefesh avarach amon mishach avdecha el ritzonecha yarotz avdecha kimo ayol yishtachaveh el mul hadorecha Yerav lo yedidosecha minofes tzof v'chotoam Adonai ziv ha'olam nafeshi cholas avosecha Ana elna rifana la beharaz la noam zivecha oz tis chazek v'tis rapei v'hayis Allah simchas olam Vosik yemuna rachamecha v'chusana al beinahu v'cho. Siki ze kamo nichsof nichsafti Liros mehera Luciferes uzecha Ele chamda libi V'chosana V'al tisalei Higoleno Ufros chavivi olai Es sukas shilomecho Toir eretz mikvodecha Nagila v'nismechavoch Ba'erehov kivamoed V'chonenu kimei olam. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. V'chun yiranena l'Adonai Noria l'tzor yishenu Nekademo fonov Bisodo Bizmiros Norialo Arboim Shana Akot Bedor V'omar Am Toile Voveim V'em Lo Yodu D'Rochai Asher Nishbati V'api Im Yevon El Menuchasi Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadosh Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Baruch Shemo Bashmu Yom Yom Yeshuaso Lai Sabru Vagoyim Kivodo L'chol Hoamim Niflosov Ki Gadol Adonai Umulo Me'od Norahu Akol Elohim Lai Ki Kol Elohei Hoamim Elilim Vadonai Shamayim Osov Hod Ve'hodor Lefonov Oz V'Seferes B'Mikdosho Lai Avul Adonai Mishpachos Samim Havul Adonai Kovavos Havul Adonai Kivot Shemo So Mincha Uvor Lechatrosav Lai Shtachavul Adonai Behadras HaKodesh Chil Miponov Kol Haaretz Imru Vagoyim Adonai Moloch Avtikol Tevel Baltimot Lai Yodin Amim B'mei Shorim Yismechu Hashomayim V'sogel Haaretz Yiram Hayam U'Milavo Yalos Sodai V'chol Asher Bo Lai Oz Yiranenu Kol Atzei Yoar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Hevel B'Tzedek V'Amim B'Emunoso Adonai Malach Togel L'Haaretz Yismechu Yim Rabim Adonai V'Tzedek Oave Adonai Eseinu Ra Shomer Nafshos Chasidov Miyad L'Shoim Yatzilei Or Zoru Al HaTzadik V'Liyishrei V'Simcha Simchu Tzadikim B'Adonai V'Hodu L'Zecher Kodsho Mizmor Shiru Adonai Shir Chadosh Ki Niflos Osav Shalom Golgotha Yosef B'Shus Elohim Rabbeinu Melech V'Nos B'Tzkuf V'Nos Yiram Hayom U'Meloro Tevel V'Yoshev Evoch נהרוס ימחרו חוף, יחד פורים ירוננו. לפני אדוני קיבו, לשפוט פורץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, ועמים במישורים. אדוני מלך יגזו עמים, יושב כגופים צונד ורבס, אדוני בציון גדול ורבו הכל העמים. קדוש וכבודו וקדוש ובאת משפטו, תקום נתן משפט צדקה. בעמוד ענן ידבר עליהם, שמרו עדו סף, לחוק נוסן למו. אדוני אלוהינו, אתה ניסון, אל נושאו יסולהם, ונוקם על עלילוסום. רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז. לי, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני באגרת קודש, כל אדוני על המוים, אל הכבוד הרים. אדוני עמיים רבים, כל אדוני בכוח. לי, כל אדוני בהודור, כל אדוני שובר ארוזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסריון כמו ורעמים. לי, כל אדוני חושף להבוס אש, כל אדוני יאכיל מדבר, יאכיל אדוני מדבר קודש, כל אדוני יחולל היולוס, ויחשוף יארוס, ובכל כולו אומר כבוד. לי, אדוני למבול יושב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום. alle bechor gedus yevin vatat tzuru kadovin samachasa kedavin. Lecha Dodi lekras kalo b'nei Shabbos nikabelo. Lecha Dodi lekras kalo b'nei Shabbos nikabelo. Shomor v'zochor b'dibor echad Hishmiyanu El HaMiyuchad, Adonai Echad, Ushmo Echad, L'Shem Seferes, V'L'Silo, L'Echadodi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, L'Echadodi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, L'Kras Shabbos L'cho V'nelecho, Ki Mekor HaBerocho, Merosh Mikedem Nesucho, Sof Maaseh V'Machashavot Techilo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Mikdash Melech Ir Melucho, Kumitzi Mitoch Afecho, Rav Loch Sheves Ve'emek Abocho, Ve'hu Yachamol Olayich Shemo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Isna Ari Me'ofor Kumi, Lifshi Bigdei Sifar Techami, Isna Al-Yad Ben Yishai Beis Halachmi, Korvo El Nafshi Geolo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Hisorari, Kiva Orech, Kumi Uri, Shir Daberi, Kivod Adonai, Olayich Niglo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Lo Sevoshi, Lo Sikolmi, Ma'akish Chochachi, O Matemi, Mo'ochi Yechesu, Ani Yeyami, V'nivniso Yiratilo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Vayulim Shiso, Shosoyich, V'rachaku Kol Mivaloyich, Yosis Olayich, Elohoyich, Kimzos Chavoson Akalo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Yomin Usmo Tifrotzi, Ve'es Adonai Tarisi, Al Yadish Ben Parti, V'nismecho V'nogilo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, B'nei Shabbos Nikabelo, Lo'i v'shalom hateres balo, gam b'simcha u'v'tzolo, toch emunei am segulo, bo'ich halo, L'Chododi L'Kras Kalo, Pnei Shabbos Nekabelo. Lai 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 Shabbat Shalom. Good
Thank
Shabbat.
you, Ari.
Good
Shabbat
Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Mazel tov again. Everybody can mute themselves. Wish everybody